Hi guys, today I'm using Photoshop to create poster 34 in my daily poster design challenge. When I initially started this challenge, it was based on the inspiration of the Borgasm project, which I'd previously looked at when I was at college. And when I initially did that, I followed some tutorials online. Unfortunately, I can't find them now, and I really wanted to use those tutorials again to create the similar kind of gradients and stuff that Vashan Katro created in his early stage poster designs in his Borgasm project. Unfortunately, I couldn't find those, and so I found another tutorial after searching YouTube for a little bit, and it showed how to create these organic flowy gradient shapes, and it was quite a simple tutorial to follow. I can't remember what the name of it was, unfortunately, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I followed the tutorial and it turns out it's quite easy to make something cool like this. So essentially what you do is create this gradient background by using a brush and painting on the different colours that you want in your gradients. You then go to the brush, I think it's called the brush maker tool. If you go onto the brush and then click down and find the additional brush options, it's the bottom one there. You then hover your brush over the area of the gradient you want to select, create a new layer, and then just draw, and you can get these cool effects. So here I am layering up different shapes and then going back and selecting different areas of the background gradient to create different gradient colors and stuff in those shapes. So I'm really chuffed with how this poster is progressing, and I'm chuffed with how the project is progressing so far. I think initially I started off creating designs that were very simple and just kind of getting a feel for what it's like having a blank canvas, and then gradually building up and finding new inspiration, going on Pinterest, searching more in depth, looking for different ideas. So I've gone through phases of using gradients in my work, but then also doing quite flat geometric patterns, to then doing some organic shapes which are very simple, bringing in a little bit of gradients again. I've also done some very simple geometric shapes, very simple geometric designs. Some of that is down to not having lots of time each day to create. I think today is definitely going to be going up late, as this poster's taken a lot longer than expected, and there was only one other day where I posted the following day because I had actually created the poster, I just hadn't edited the video, and I didn't realise until it was too late, so missed out on two. But this one is going to go up today, so I haven't completely missed out on two. So yeah, I'm doing quite well with the consistency of this project. When I'm able to get ahead, that's worked out quite well, so hopefully I'll be able to do that as much as possible, and my aim is to complete at least 3 months of doing this daily. So we're into month 2 and progressing well. This poster has been quite an eye-opener. I've been using a new tool, as I mentioned, but also using text for the first time in this series, and getting back into using Photoshop was quite a challenge. You've got a lot of tools to create, obviously vector stuff in Illustrator, and there was things that I thought I would need in Photoshop that I usually use in Illustrator, and I couldn't find them, so this project took longer as well because I was using a tool that I've not used in a while. I struggled a bit with using the line tool. Getting it to do dashes was a bit of a challenge. For some reason, when you create a line and then add the dashes, it sort of doubles back on itself, and I couldn't figure that out, and I didn't have time to mess around with it, so we didn't get any dash lines in this piece, which I kind of wanted, but never mind, I moved on. I think with this project so far, I'm struggling a bit with sitting down and doing something in one session. Normally when I create artwork, I do like to get it all done in one session. I'm a bit impatient and like to see the finished result on the day that I'm creating it, but I think it would benefit me to be able to stop and go away and come back to something with fresh eyes, and this is the first piece really where I could have done with that, because looking at the end result, there's a few things that I wish I could change, but this project's about experimenting and learning new tools and improving my skills as a designer, so I'm just going to have to take those sort of imperfections and use them as a lesson for the next piece rather than dwell on it too much. I have not got the time to sort of leave pieces and then be coming back to them throughout the day or over a couple of days, because this is a daily challenge. So yeah, it's a restriction of the project, of the challenge, that has been quite challenging, but it's forcing me to just crack on and get something done and make decisions. So it's been quite good in that sense. The thing about this piece that annoys me is the two squares, or should I tell you? Yeah, it's the two squares that are side by side off to the right. They're not doing it for me. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching my project so far. If you've not seen the other videos, I've got a playlist of 33 other poster designs, so check those out. I don't talk over all of them, just the odd one here and there. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.